So in this video we will see how the do while loop works. First I will write the syntax of the do while loop. So here in the do while loop what we are doing is initialization will be done first itself. Like for loop we are going to do the initialization outside. Initial value to the variable will be given outside itself. And here the statements will be placed whatever we are going to execute. The update statement will also be placed within the braces itself. And here the condition will be specified within the brackets. And we are ending the do while loop with a semicolon, and please remember that to include the semicolon also. So these statements will get executed as long as this condition is true. So what differentiates the do while loop from the for loop and while loop is the statements within the braces will get executed at least once, regardless of the condition is true or not. At least once these statements will be get executed. We will understand the working of do while loop by taking the same problem, print hello for 100 times. So first we are initializing the value of I to 1, then we are writing do. We are following the syntax which I just written few minutes back. While I is greater than or equal to lesser than or equal to 100. I'm ending it with a semicolon as it is the syntax. By syntax we are seeing the syntax. You must know that you must end the do while loop with semicolon. So printf hello, the statement will get executed. And I am going to give the update statement here. So now I will run this program. I'll also include the new line character here. I'll run the program and see that you can count and see for 100 times the hello will get displayed. To check whether really 100 times the hello is displayed, we can also write the printf statement like this. %d we can give, then we can give comma I, run and see. So 100 times the printf statement is this statement printf hello is executed. Hello is printed 100 times, that we are confirmed. So now next, what did I mean by saying the statements within the braces will get executed at least one, regardless of this condition is true or not. Suppose if this condition is to be false, I is equal to 101. Initially itself I am giving the value I is equal to 101. So now let us run and see what happens. Initially itself notice that for I is equal to 101 this condition is false. Now let us run and see. It executes at least once, because first it executes this statement, then only checks this condition. So the statement hello is executed once initially itself. So hello is printed once even though the condition is false. Why I am saying the condition is false, you can understand, because I is equal to 101. I is equal to 101 lesser than or equal to 100 is false condition. It is not true, right? Because 101 is greater than 100. But even though the condition is false initially, the statement within the braces gets executed at least once. Whereas check it with the while loop. We'll write the same program in the while loop. So I have written the same program in the while loop. Now run and see the program. Nothing gets displayed, because the statement with the braces within the braces doesn't get executed even once. Initially the condition is checked at first step itself. First step itself, the condition is checked. The condition fails because the 101 is greater than 100. This condition fails for the first time itself. In do while loop, the statement is executed once within the braces. Then after that, the condition is checked. You have to you have to take that in mind while you are using the while loop and do while loop. So I hope I explained the difference between the do while loop and while loop. Thank you. So that is what we mean by saying that do while loop is exit controlled. It is the exit control loop, while loop and for loop are entry control loops. Let us check before ending the video. Let us check it for loop also what happens when initially the condition is false. In for loop we have to provide the initial value to I within the brackets itself. So I have provided the initial value 101 here itself. Then let us check now whether this gets executed. I have written the same program using the for loop. Hope you understood. Now let us run that program. Nothing get displayed in case of for loop also, because initially itself the condition is checked. Then only the statement within the braces are executed. So I hope you understood the difference between for loop and do while loop and while loop and do while loop. So for loop and while loop belong to same class of entry control loop, while do while loop belongs to the class of exit control loops. Mostly in this lecture, the lectures we will mostly, as you see in C programs, we will use the while loop and for loop only. Do while loop will also be used, but not up to that level of while loop and for loop. We will not use do while loop. So I will end this video now. If you like our content of our channel, you can share it and subscribe it and support us by subscribing the channel and leaving a comment and what do you think about the content and what can be done to improve the content. Thank you.